If you look at the Maslow's hierarchy of needs pyramid, you would understand that at the bottom you have the physiological needs, which involves basic needs such as food, water, air, clothing, housing, like which anyone requires to survive. I wouldn't call housing to be purely a physiological need because it falls into something called safety. But if you remove that component, what is required for this physical body, for our physical well-being, that comes under physiological need. And it is key for us to address this component. If we don't address the basic needs, we will be stressed out. If imagine suddenly, we don't have a clarity whether we'll get our next meal, whether we'll get food, water, whether we will be able to do something if we fell sick, if we need some medical attention. If these all things are not addressed, we get into fear mode. When we get into fear mode, we get into stress mode. If we get into stress mode, we stop thinking rationally. When we stop thinking rationally, we'll get into panic. And we get into panic, then it leads to, actions which are not well thought. We get into anger. Once we get into anger, our mental health gets affected. Once mental health gets affected, your spiritual well-being or holistic wellness cannot be achieved. So there is a very fine link through this pyramid. If you see that somehow we have to create means to address those needs. And obviously the next one is safety, that comes through acquiring means of earning, having a house, safety for the family, for ourselves. And that also addresses our emotional bit. But these things go hand in hand. So IQ is very, very effective and can be utilized to make sure that we address all the physiological needs and safety needs by different means of using our intelligence quotient. It does not mean just getting a degree or studying, but it is beyond. How you plan a well-structured strategy very early on in life. I would say from the time when you start developing your IQ, and that is around age of 6, I mentioned earlier, you start developing your IQ. So you should become aware. Bring all the nice practices which are there, are important for holistic well-being, like yoga, pranayams, meditations, have a routine, do prayers, all those things which give you a routine, and then start recording. If you have seen in the subconscious mind aspect, that very things which we do as our intelligence or IQ starts developing, our conscious mind start developing, these things gets recorded with practice. It requires repetitive process to record those activities in our subconscious mind. And if it becomes a habit, it develops our character in that certain form. So obviously, proactively, we should try that early on. But during that phase, we should also start proactively plan our financial freedom. This is something which is needed, which is must to lead a holistic life. And I'll go in detail. Role of positive affirmations. So, I told in the last book, when you create an identity for yourself, you want to become a singer, you want to become a doctor, whatever you want to become, and then you start incorporating small habits in your life to reach to that identity or to become that identity. The biggest thing which can help is affirmations. As I told you, our subconscious mind is a database. It records everything from the past. Since we did not practice, certain things, we want to, dupe our subconscious mind by repeating that I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor. You repeat this as affirmations in your brain. Repeat multiple times. You see a lot of mantra chanting is done in various cultures. They repeat every time. These are affirmations. There is a lot of psychological studies, there are scientific studies which have proven that they helps in neurological disorders, fear or other things can be removed. This is again a very, very detailed topic, and I will bring this also in one of the videos, how self-affirmations help in the healing or removing remorse or past experiences, or whatever the feeling of guilt can be removed through certain processes of affirmation. So affirmation is also very, very important, which can incorporate.
when we are starting our day and ending our day, affirmations typically should be done in a state which is called theta state of our brain. And this is a stage where we are just half asleep or about to sleep. That is a time our brain is able to record the words or affirmations or anything into our subconscious mind. And when we wake up, we can test when we wake up typically whatever was in our head when we were half asleep, first thing in the morning that comes to our head. Again, this is a very, very detailed topic which I will bring into another video. But yes, affirmations you can do. So once in the morning you have done your meditation, you can go for a walk. This is one habit which you can, while hearing your music, that could be peaceful music after meditation, that could be affirmations, that could be podcast, anything which gives you calmness, which helps you release happy hormone. Put your headphones and then go for your walk. If you plan to keep healthy, I think walk is very nice. Running, just go outdoors, spend time outdoors. You can combine your affirmation habit into your fourth habit, which is going outside. Spend time outside. It can be 15 minutes, half an hour. Go for a walk. Spend time outdoor. Brisk walk has a major role in our holistic health and our heart health. What you need to do is you need to increase your heart rate. So what you have done in the first activity, which was habit 3, that through meditation you have calmed down. The objective was we want to slow down our breath, breathing pattern, slow down our pulse rate. Now through brisk walk exercise, again the same objective. We want to slow down. So as you increase the heart rate, that will expand your cardio health, and that way you will be able to slow down. Your heart rate become slower. Athletes have lower and lower heart rates. Another thing you can do is after walk, you can incorporate 5-10 minutes of time, 15 minutes of time with your family.